Hello everyone and welcome back to another Plan With Me. This is Misty with Happy Planning with Misty, and I'm going to set up the month of August. We are right on the outskirts of August. So this is the last few days in July, and I need to put my month in. I'm going to see how this kit from Sweet Kawaii Design will work in this Erin Condren hourly. It might work, it might not work, but we're going to see if it'll work, because I have not had time to print me off a monthly for this planner that I am in. And y'all, I'll just be honest, this is the only planner I've been fooling with. There's just so much going on right now that trying to get Maddie ready for college, trying to make sure we've got everything sent in that needs to be sent in, and then working some of the days. So yeah, I'm just doing the best, and I'm planning, but I've got this planner and then this slouchy planner where everything just gets scribbled down and wrote down, and so it goes from that red book to this planner book, because I can put it in there ahead of time. This one, I usually don't write in this ahead of time until I am close to setting it up, and I don't know why that is, because that other planner is not set up and I write in it ahead of time, but it feels like it's okay to scribble in that one and it's not okay to scribble in this one. So that makes a lot of sense, don't it? But anyway, this morning I got up. Y'all, I was awake for some reason from 3:30 this morning till about 5:15, and then I fell back asleep. I don't know. Oh, I got that upside down. Let's flip this around and do this differently. Try that again. That is so cute, and it works. That's the next awesome thing. It fits, because I did not have time to do nothing else. Okay, so then I do a Sunday start. So let me get my tweezers and let me see. August, the first day is Friday. Okay, so let me get my days down. But anyway, I got up. Maddie had to work 9 to 6 today, so I was back awake by 7:30 this morning. Made me a cup of coffee. And I sat down and went over Facebook and Instagram. Then I went over my planner about what stuff I needed to do. And I've done some of that stuff, and some of the stuff I hadn't. Maddie was needing shampoo and conditioner, so I ran down to Dollar General and grabbed that. And after she left for work, and when I was leaving, it was already close to 80 here at 9:30 this morning. So I made sure the chickens had fresh water, and then I circled around down to the pasture to make sure that the goats and donkey had fresh water. And usually when we pull up to the bottom of the farm down there, before we pull out on the highway, they all come running to the fence, and they all come running to the fence, and donkey is hollering the whole time he's coming. If anybody else has a donkey, you understand what I'm talking about. They are very vocal. But there was one goat that was standing off in the distance. She was hollering like she wanted to come with the rest of them, but she wouldn't. Well, she was laying down. And so I looked at their water trough, saw that they needed some water. They had some, but it wasn't a lot. So I started filling that up, and then I turned my attention to her. And as soon as she stood up, there was a little baby that stood up. And now this is across the pasture. And my eyesight is not the best on the best of days, so I was like, that looks like a baby with her, and it would make sense the way she was acting while she wasn't coming up with the rest of them. So I fed all the other animals up against the fence so they would stay there, and then I took her a cup full, because I know if she just had a baby, she just used up a lot of her calories, and that baby was going to be wanting to eat. And I could tell by her hollering she wanted to eat, so I was like, okay, I'll bring you some. So I went in the gate and went down there, and sure enough, it was a cute little black and white baby, and it was brand new. She hadn't even dropped her birth sack yet, but it was already standing up and trying to feed. And I looked over toward my left, and there was another one. It was same color. It was like a twin, but it didn't make it. On the outside, it didn't look like anything was wrong, and she had sort of gave birth to them on a hill, a slope. And so she was like on the side of that slope, and I don't know if the second baby was not as easy as the first, and she was rolling around and suffering. I don't know, but that other baby looked perfectly fine, except for some blood around its nose and mouth. And so usually that sign of a head trauma. And so I don't know. It was dry, so I knew it was the first one and not the second one. So I just hate that I didn't know it was going on. Maybe I could have helped. We knew she was expecting, but the other 3 goats that have given birth all gave birth last week and a half ago. And so we were like, okay, she must just be fat, because we figured they were all gonna give birth, you know, within just 2 or 3 days of each other, and those other 3 did. So I was not expecting there to be a baby, but lo and behold, there was. But that is part of having a little farm. That's the bad that comes along with the good. So anyway, I just let Marshall know so he could take time to bury that one. And so let's see here, 1 2 3 4 5 that we can cover up, and I've got plenty of decorative boxes to be able to do that. So I think I'm going to have to turn this upside down though, because I would like to work from the top of this down like that. And this is just one of her 7x9 kits, which this is close to a 7x9 planner. So just so you know, if you've got Sweet Kawaii Design and you've got an hourly and you didn't know if they would work, it works. And it's cute. So after I made sure that the one baby was good and the mama was doing good, she was eating, the baby was feeding, and I had told Marshall so he could handle the other baby, I went on to Dollar General and got Maddie the stuff that she needed, and come back home, and I ate some dinner, and then I started designing some more of those new the Erin Condren hourly kits. That is so cute. Gosh, I love it. Okay, so I have all the wacky holidays to go on each day, but first I need to do some things I know for sure that I've already got wrote down for August that I don't need to forget. So one of the first things that, there's two things on August 3rd on the Sunday. So me and Maddie sing at church that Sunday. So do we have I'm going to use one of my little crosses just to do sing at church. Oh no. And then the next thing I need to put on that same day is, let's see, let's use this flag. And I've also, it's my turn to feed the preacher and his wife. And we only take care of the preacher that is filling in. This, to feed the preacher is not something normal when we have a full-time pastor at our church. But we don't have a full-time pastor right now. We're still praying and asking God to send us one. And so for the fill-in pastor, we take care of him and his wife and their food. So I'm just going to put feed preacher. Okay, and let's see, have we got like a little grocery? Not there. Let me see if I've got a grocery in this. I don't have a grocery left on this page. So let me look in this reusable sticker book, see if I can find. I need a smaller grocery with this being the monthly. I don't need like a big icon. Let's see here. That's a grocery bag, but that is kind of big. Let's see if I can spot a smaller one like this here. And this is Sweet Kawaii Design also. No, unfold. Thank you. And I'll put that right there for feeding the preacher. Okay, then the 9th is Maddie's last day at work. Saturday she turned in her 2-week notice. Oh, so it's getting closer and closer, y'all. So let's see, I'll put a heart right there because she's excited about it. It might feel like my heart's breaking at times, but she's excited about it. Okay, and then on the 8th, they've asked me to work at the drugstore. And it is from 8:30 to 6:30, so you girls gonna need coffee in the morning and a Lonnie and a Monster drink, and yeah, I'm not used to working those kind of hours very often, but I better get used to it because they said they were gonna schedule me more once I get back home from getting Maddie settled in. So there is work. Okay, and so then I'll get paid that Tuesday. So payday, they got a payday right here. Put a payday. And then that says bills. That's not really money. Let me see. I know I've got, look, there's one right there. Some Kawaii money. So let's see. Work that Friday, get paid that Tuesday. Okay, then we will leave the 18th, taking Maddie to school, to college, and it's in Indiana, so we need to leave at like 4:30 that morning because she's got to check in by 4:30 or 5:30 that night. We do gain an hour going that way. So, no, we don't gain an hour. We lose an hour, don't we? Because if it's 12 here, it's going to be 1 there. So if we're leaving at 4:30 in the morning here, we're really leaving at 5:30. I don't know. So I'm going to put leave. For Indiana. Let me just put 4 o'clock a.m. And I asked Marshall, I was like, do you not want to go up Sunday night, like go to Chattanooga, Tennessee, and then get up and go the rest of the way, because that's like halfway for us. He was like, no, I think I'll do better if I can just drive straight through. Well, the thing is, I'm not a morning person. So when I wake up that early in the morning, I can't figure out if I've got everything packed or not. So I've got to really focus on that for that week. So I'm going to use this here this is what's going to mark the vacation time. Now I need that. And a straight edge. Okay, so we got that. And me and Marshall are both staying up there for that week to make sure she's got everything she needs. And I think we will fly back that Friday, because I would love to have this Saturday home to recoup before we go to church Sunday morning. And so I don't think I'm going to need another strip of washi, because then I think we're going to be, let's see, where's that sampler page of mine? Because here's a plain. And then I think I'll just use this flag. And I'll put this plain on it. And I'm going to put fly home, but I'll put our hours closer to. And the pen I'm using to write with this is a Sharpie S-Gel 0.7. It is so bright. I love how good and color it is. The only thing is I'm having to get used to this grip, because it's comfortable, but then sometimes if my if I've lotioned my hands or whatever, the way this riveted is, my fingers just slide right down when I'm pressing on it to write. So I actually need my hands dry so they don't move. If I've just lotioned them, even if it's 30 minutes before, my hand's gonna slide down that barrel. But as far as the way it writes and how bright it is, I love it. Got them on Amazon. Okay, so then let me look back at my calendar. So I did have blood work and a doctor's appointment these 2 days, but I've had to reschedule that. Other than that, so far this is what is going on for sure in August. Now, Fridays are always my trash days, but I'm going to put that on my August weekly, the weekly part. Okay, so I guess I can put, I guess I could put it just so I could use up, but that would be the only one. I was supposed to say so I could use up some of these, but there's only one trash. I could do it the first Friday. I've got to pay my trash bill, so let me do that. I can put this here. Okay, so I've got that trash bill, and then I've also got the 25th right down here. This is my Kohl's credit card where I went and bought Maddie some clothes for school, because for college, with it being a Bible college, it's not a uniform, that they have to wear, but there is certain rules for how low the neck on some of the clothes can be, how long the skirt and dresses need to be. So we had to go get stuff that applied to there. And then Fizzy got his haircut on the 22nd of July. So let me count this up real quick, y'all. So let's see, here's where, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the next, we do it every 6 weeks, so I need to, the week before, schedule Fizzy's appointment. For his hair. So the 26th right here. Okay. Schedule Fizzy. And then this is the Kohl's bill. Okay, so let's see. Here's the credit card bill. And this is the trash bill. Hey friends, I had paused the video because Marshall drove up and needed me, and it didn't save it where I paused it. So this will be spliced together or in 2 separate videos. But anyway, I was writing down my trash bill when he come up, so that needs to be paid that day. And of course, church, mainly I want my once a month things wrote down on here. So the other thing that I need to do is my headache shot. That's once a month, and that is going to be on the 25th also. So let's use this one last box right here, because I want to get in this stuff that's this important before I start putting down the fun stuff, which is the wacky holidays. So Amavig, and this don't have a shot, but that sampler page from my, oh, it had one. I need to add a second one, but it did have one on there, so I guess I need to write the word shot. So okay, I don't, let's see, August. I do have a couple of birthdays. My brother's birthday, I think it's the 9th. Y'all, that's bad when you can't even remember your own brother's birthday. I think it's the 9th. I'm going to put this. They just moved to Georgia. His wife and their 5 kids. And he has lived in Alabama his whole life until now. And so this has been some change for us. All right, Joey's B-Day. Okay. And no, I want to say it's this Thursday that is Maddie's first day of school once we get to the college. So I'll use that pencil when I know for sure. So before this is forever and a day long, I'm going to go ahead and start putting in these wacky holidays. And I think I'm going to keep them, if possible, all up here at the top. And these are so cute. Watermelon Day. We've had some good, well, I can't do it on this one. Some good watermelon this year. These fruit stands. What is this? Underwear Day? Really? I hope every day is an underwear day for people, not just that one day. But there's some things it's just better left unknown. After I get these all down, y'all, I think that's Book Lovers Day on the 9th also. Let's see. After I get all these down, I think this will be the majority of the plan with me. And then I will come back and plan the first week. So it's the last few days in July and the first days in August. And I didn't realize, well, I knew time moved fast, but when you own a sticker shop and you have to create stickers for things coming up, and like people in the sticker shop world are already thinking about stuff for January. You're 2 or 3 months ahead of schedule, and it makes the months fly by even quicker. I didn't realize just how quick until I have to think about designing way ahead of time. Certain things. And I've already been, like, I put out a new sticker kit in my shop, and it was based solely around teachers. Most everybody else has a back to school kit, and usually it's with the kids in mind, you know, and all the books and pencils and all that. But I can just, well, I go to church with a 2nd grade teacher, and I know that when it starts getting close, because she's been doing it, I don't know, 15, 16 years or longer. Look, Dog Day ended up on the same day I need to schedule Fizzy's thing. Ain't that something? But anyway, she is, you know, already going back before all the other kids, because, you know, the teachers have to get their schoolroom ready. And she's already starting to pull her hair out. She hadn't even got a classroom of kids yet, just knowing what's coming. And so that is what I had in mind. Ready or not, teachers, here it comes. And so the back to school kit that I've actually got in my shop has to do with telling the teachers to get ready. School's coming. And so anyway, this is the way it turned out, and I think it is so cute. I'm loving the colors. So anyway, let me get this video uploaded and together and spliced and get it to where y'all can view it. And I thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope y'all have a wonderful week, and we'll see you next time. Bye guys.